Today, water and sand.
Today on Water and Sand.
Holy seat cheeks, hold on to your butts. It's your favorite family members. It's Michael and the cuz.
How's it going, guys? I'm the other cuz. My name's Ben. I'm going to welcome you to Polymuse today.
Of course you're the other cuz.
Well, we got a lot of other cuz.
Right. Right.
But on the Polymuse, there's only two guys on this.
Right.
There's only ever been two guys
Just two guys.
on the Polymuse experience. You can't put a different guy.
No.
We
no
can't
more
have
guys.
a guest
No.
guy,
No way.
guest cousin on the Polymuse mockery.
Not for this season,
Not in
anyways.
season 2.
Mm-mm. Not for System
Check
of a
our-
Down.
On the FDLP Fantasy Draft Lineup podcast, we got guests coming out the rear exit of the studio. We have so many guests. They come in the front door, and there's so many guests at the studio these days in the Polymuse Pancake Factory, where we're mixing them and maxing them, and we're giving you those System of a Down nuggets of joy.
Nuggets of joy.
Playing the songs, playing the hits, keeping them rolling, stealing this album. What? Don't do it. Stream it legally on your favorite Polymuse podcast service, Spotify. Welcome to the episode called Bubbles and Boom.
My favorite bees.
Look, on an album where it's already hard to keep these songs remembered together, which ones they are, you know, how do they put the two? There's too many titles of one-word titles of the letter B right next to each other.
Yes. Yeah,
And
you're
some of them
exactly
are
right.
good and some of them are bad. One of them is bad and one of them's good.
Well, as you have stated, this is very much an album that's distilled down to exactly what we expect from System of a Down.
Oh, yeah. It's a distillation process. You took
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? It's the distilled, the uncut, the maximized variation.
Yeah, exactly. Starting with Bubbles here, which is another one of our vaguely no real reference to anything kind of tracks with a couple verses, a bridge, a weird chorus, very fishy. Fish that don't drown, life in a bubble jungle is our very first line in the entire song.
A bubble jungle.
Yeah.
Like a jungle in a bubble.
Could be reference to, a power struggle, us living in a blind world.
Yeah.
The chorus, seeing you believing, us adhering, where the power struck, believing, then kneeling, appeasing the power struggle. We're left with no arms, right, in the power struggle.
Arms as in guns. The bubbles could just be planets, right? So if it was like jungle bubbles, it's like the different planets.
Could be you're a fish, you have no fight, you're just docile, you're just floating around, you have no strength.
No arms.
Could be, yeah.
No teeth.
Yeah.
No guns. New Guns. That's a different song coming up next on the
Different
Polymuse
song.
Experience. Bubbles is cool, dude. Bubbles is a great song. The riff is cool. It's super punk rocky. It does like stop, start stuff. It's really wiggly. It's got both vocalists in there. The vocalists fit right with the instruments. It just crunches. It's a great riff. The bridge is really weird, like breakdown, kind of folky, two-step polka rhythm on the bridge type of thing. And I just think it's a rocker, dude. We're going to pop them with it. We're going to hit them with the bubbles. Pop the bubble on the Polymuse radio.
Pop the bubbles. So I'm going to guess. First of all, I wish this had a music video. It could be very, very fun. Because
You
it
wanted
could
it
very
to be
well
fish.
have a water element. We could even have, you remember the street sharks?
Duh.
We could have
Do I remember
some kind of
the street sharks?
Oh, I know.
Who are you talking to?
I know. This was like another Ninja Turtles, but aquatic shark men people.
Yeah, we'll remind the audience.
Yes.
The audience at home, do you remember the street sharks?
They were sharks with pants on land
Just pants.
fighting other.
They did have arms, though.
They did have
and
arms.
claws.
This is true.
And teeth. And
We could have some like aquatic creatures actually on land in some war battle, or we could have them underwater in a battle, or we could go away from that completely, and it could be more in the realm you're talking about, defenseless and some other direction. But like the point is,
And then
in
they're
something
left with-
vague like
yeah.
this, you could go a lot of different directions with a music video. But I like playing to some kind of aquatic theme.
pop in the bubbles. You got the fish. And then when it's the we're left with no arms part, they grow arms like street sharks. You know those street
fight
shark
back?
puppets?
Yeah.
There's like a puppet of a shark head with fists.
You
And
put
you
your
could like
fingers
put
in
it
there.
right in your sibling's face and shake your fist, and it would like punch them with two fists, like back and forth. That was dangerous. You could bite people too.
You could.
Those things were dangerous. It was like a puppet, bigger than a basketball
Yeah.
that you put on your fist that had like a shark mouth and two fists.
Yep.
The more I describe this,
Sounds dangerous.
sounds strange.
That was a very cool, like, little kind of different toy while still sticking on like the idea of we're putting out action figures and stuff. So it's kind of a cool little thing is to put like a puppet, but not just something weird or like some kind of doll, but like you can put your hand in. It's not like making a boxing glove, but putting your hand in like half an action figure and making it attack people or attack your other figures.
You could make it punch action figures and eat
Yeah.
action figures. Yeah, that was cool. And then they had like Bop Its, and then they had those like Hulk hands that people eventually,
Yeah.
when the Hulk movie came out, every kid had those. That's a good toy. Punching your siblings in the face toy. It's always a good,
Yeah.
violent. They're more violent than the turtles because they just bite people. Anyway,
Yeah.
so it's a Street Sharks music video. When they
Yes.
say no arms, they grow arms.
I think that's good.
And then they bop them on the nose. They punch the other shark on the snoot,
Right on the
which I
snoot.
believe is how you fight a shark. Like their nose is very sensitive. So if you like pop them one, they like get freaked out and leave.
Well, the sharks could have physical arms, but not have any kind of additional weaponry to fight back. That kind of arms, sticking to your point.
The street sharks could probably hold guns. I don't think they came with guns.
They could, but if they weren't equipped for a
Give them guns.
battle, yeah.
Sharks need guns.
But yeah, you had the blue underwater as a nice calming aesthetic. So we could do that you're more followers, and that color palette would arrange to maybe a calming aesthetic of being manipulated, and you're just being calmed and relaxed and soothed.
So are they
back.
calm sharks at the end, or are they street sharks? That means serious business
They're-
at the
well,
end.
if they're growing arms, they're going to be not so docile towards the end. They're fighting back for
Good.
themselves, perhaps. Just
We'll have a
a
race
lot-
of
I
shark
think-
men.
yeah, I just think there's a lot
Yeah.
that could do with the music video palette here.
And they pop the bubbles.
Yeah,
Like the very beginning and end. It's like bubbles popping.
Bubbles
and you
popping.
zoom in and it's like a whole world. Like each bubble is like a whole ocean.
well, now we're getting into like Men in Black territory.
Right.
Yeah,
How is it? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The
Mhm.
end of Men in Black 1, where it's a bag of marbles and each marble is a different galaxy.
exactly?
And the aliens are like bigger than the universe playing marbles. That's a great movie. When did that
That is-
come out?
that-
Men in Black Part 1?
Yeah,
That's gotta be a little bit earlier than this.
yeah. It overlapped with one of the Linkin Park albums. I think we pointed
97.
it out.
97.
Yeah,
So
much earlier. This was like Men in Black 2 time.
Men in Black 2 time. Men in Black 3 time. Men in Black 2 sucks. Yeah, no, right dead on. Men in Black 2 came out in 02.
Yep, there we go, baby.
So, Men in Black 2 is okay. It's nothing to write home about. Men in Black 3 I'd write home about.
yeah,
Say, dear mom and dad,
Please.
today I saw a movie called
please
Men
view
in
Men
Black,
in Black
3. Jermaine Clement is in the movie. He's like a freak alien. There's like another freak alien in it. Andy Warhol is in the movie. Good one.
Good one.
Time traveling.
Yeah,
Good time traveling that kind of makes sense and kind of bends your brain around. Men in
Right.
Black 2 is not. I wouldn't write home about
not
that
where
one.
it's at. No, you keep that stationary locked away in your cabinet.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
started like, dear mom and dad, I saw Men in Black 2, and then I just rip it to shreds.
She's like,
forget
"Gosh,
this. They don't
I don't
care.
think it's worth it.
I did not see the fourth one, Men in Black International. Didn't get to that
I
one.
didn't know that. I mean, I knew
There's
it came
4.
out. Is there not a fifth?
I'm sure there will be.
Men in Black universe.
Yeah, the extended universe, the MBEU.
Michael B. Jordan is the new Will Smith replacement.
Didn't he already replace Rocky?
Did he? Yeah, he did. He could do multiple
He
things.
can be in every
He's a man of many
reboot. No,
talents.
it's Thor and it's somebody else. So if this was a System of a Down podcast where we ranked music on a tier list from S to F, with S being an A with all the extra credit and then some, and if we had a mixtape CD where we could only put 14 S-ranked songs on it to
Yep.
survive on the desert island, what would you rank this song?
I gave this song a D.
Dang.
I know.
Another D.
You gave this an A though.
I did.
You did. Oh,
Yeah.
see, I knew it. This is right up your alley.
I like it.
If you could inject this into your blood, this is the
Yes.
kind of thing you listen to. This is right up your spot.
It chugs, dude. It's really punk rocking. The guitar sounds great. I actually gave it an A+. It's not an S. It's not on the mixtape, but yeah, I like this kind of thing. The stop start, the crunchiness, the direct power hit of those riffs. It's good. It's a really good punk rocker.
Yeah, this is one of the few tracks that I did grade this far down for System of a Down. And it's just when I'm looking again at the full 5 album plus the tracks that we've looked at from side projects all together, it's just down there for me. I like some of the other tracks where we're looking at, like, this is what System of a Down does best, a little better. I graded them a little higher. When they do some of the experimental stuff here and there, or some of the different stuff in the vocals or better writing, I rank that higher when I feel like it's more of a more complete thing. When I feel like it's a better rounded song, I rank that higher. And I think there are other tracks where they do System of a Down stuff better, personally. So I just rank this a little lower on the scale.
Fair deal. Shout outs to Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls. Shout outs to Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys.
Yep.
And any Bubbles that we forgot.
Is there a Bubbles monkey somewhere?
Michael Jackson's monkey. Shout outs to him.
Shout outs to Bubbles the monkey.
Shout outs to King Kai's monkey, Bubbles the monkey, and any other. That's a pretty good lineup right there.
I like that. That's solid.
You
That's
got
your next fantasy draft lineup. Top
all
Bubbles.
Bubbles character.
Right.
Bubble Bobble. You got Bub and Bob. Dude,
Right.
I take it all back. Forget Street Sharks. I want Street Sharks versus Bubble Bobble. Music video. Make it happen, internet.
Yeah.
Polymuse that stuff. We got another song. Boom! Yeah, so this one did have a music video, right? For Boom.
So the music video was directed by Michael Moore. He was just
makes
coming
sense.
off his Bowling for Columbine
Bowling
and
for
Fahrenheit
Soup.
9/11 videos.
Fahrenheit 451.
And this one was banned from MTV for a while. It had footage from February 15th, 2003. This was just prior to the United States entering Iraq, and that was a big deal at the time. Footage from this music video, and it is a live, I shouldn't say live, it's real people, it's not animated or anything like that. It's footage from protests around the world, from 600 different cities is what the listing is on various sources, protesting the entering of Iraq, and just anti-war, more pro peace marches is what it was.
So that's right up System of a Down's alley. That's kind of cool that they documented that.
Yep.
I mean, that sounds like a cool protest, and that they put it into... The song is not cool, but to feature that in a System of a Down video makes a lot of sense.
It's very much on brand and on message for them.
Yeah,
our local areas in the music video there, it does show them involved in one of the protests as well at the scene. So although it's not... When you think music videos, you think, what's cool and artistic about this? It's not that kind of thing. But it's very much on brand for true footage and the messaging behind the song, and on brand for what System of a Down is on brand for it as far as messaging and their beliefs and that kind of thing.
Do you like the song?
I don't care for the song, no.
Let's play the song. Here we go. This is Boom Kaboom. Boom. The inferior boom. We'll talk about that. Here you go. Boom by System of a Down on Polymuse. So they say boom a lot in that one.
They sure do.
I like songs like that where it's like a concept, where it's like almost a gimmick, where it's kind of a repetitive concept thing like that. This is not that. I guess someone had to write a boom song, but I swear they're not the only one. POD has a song called Boom.
Yep.
Same boom, no exclamation point. Way better boom. Boom, here come the boom. And there's got to be like boom, boom, boom. Isn't that like a Black Eyed Peas song?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Boom, boom, pow.
Yes.
So, and I'm sure that came afterwards, but it's just not the most, someone had to do it. It's just, it's like just like boom, raka-cha-cha, like anything. Like you can make just an onomatopoeia song. Again, we said it before. It's like nursery rhyme time.
Yeah.
It's like clap your hands, boom, pow, zap, wowie zowie.
Wowie zowie, baby. So yeah, the writing is very much in line with the other songs on the album, like that kind of structure as you just stated. And then yeah, the lyrics are very blatant in this kind of messaging that's wrapped in the war and how destructive it is. Boom, 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 boom. Every time you drop the bomb, you kill the god your child has born. Boom, 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 boom. That's the chorus. It's very...
So war is bad, or we should do more wars or
Less wars.
Okay.
Unnecessary death. That's what
he
I-
talked. See, again, I wanted
Yeah.
to mention it's like a B-52 song.
Right.
He's up there, he's like talking a speech.
Yep.
Here's why I gave this song a D plus.
Go a plus.
I gave it a plus because it's okay. But it gets a D because they did this on Prison Song. And Prison Song is like an S tier song. Yeah. So it's like the same gimmick where they're talking, they're hitting you with facts, they're hitting you like it's, you know, a voiceover on a documentary or something. And then they hit you with the actual singing and the lyrics. But, you know, B-52s did it better. System of a Down did it better as far as that talking thing. That like weird.
So the verses are spoken word, and that's like our lyrical content, basically.
So what do you give it?
I gave it a D.
Regular old D.
Regular old D for don't need to listen to this one.
You told me you gave good scores on this album.
I absolutely did, and it hasn't been up to this point so far.
It might be a long streak of downers for you.
Might be a little bit longer.
Yeah, next episode, guys. I mean, stick around, but we do have a couple clunkety clunks. They have great music coming up. We're, you know, and like we said, this is kind of their paint by numbers album. We are going to kind of pull out the different pieces, the different imagery, the different gimmickry, the different Jamaica, and you're making me crazy with all this. Jamaican me crazy with all this. System of a Down steal this album. But we got more coming up, more coming your way. We've got, dude, there's some bangerangs.
There are a few bangerangs.
There's a couple bangerangs. I'm looking at my notes, and there's a couple, you know, interesting gimmicks on here where they've got a specific songwriting pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even in their paint by numbers world of black and white, they still find the pocket on some of these. We got them, man. We got them all for you. Partnering with Spotify to bring you. If you're listening to the version of this podcast with no music in it, that sucks for you. Go ahead and get a Spotify account. We put them both up there for all of our fans. But really though, why don't we download music and all that anyway? Spotify saved the day, man. Spotify is the future, the past, the present, our inner vision. So don't steal.
Don't steal.
We love you. Talk
We
to us
cherish you.
on the
5
internet.
stars.
5 stars us.
Yeah. Then come back next time and do it again.
Every time. This is episode 28 of season 2 of the Poly Muse. Signing off once and for all.